Make a wig would be the needle and thread, scissors, a wig cap, a closure, and 3 bundles. And I'll be using this blockhead and stand. So I'm gonna start with the 16-inch closure for this wig. I have the wig cap on the head, the mannequin head, and I have it pinned on 1, 2, and 3 in the back. Well, number 3 is in the back, right here. Just to hold it in place while I sew. Let's see if I can get closer for you. In the front, I don't go all the way through the elastic because I want the elastic to be able to still, stretch. So I don't go all the way through. I just go through the actual mesh material of the wig cap. And I try to do a nice close stitch on the closure. I'm sewing at the very edge of the closure. And you just keep going until you hit the push pin in the middle here. And I'm gonna fast forward through this because I'm sure you get the gist. Okay, so I'm starting on the other side now. I removed the push pin, got my needle there, and just so on the very edges of the lace closure into the material, the mesh material of the cap, not the elastic, because you want the elastic band to still be able to stretch and pull. I like to grab the cap with the needle and come in from the bottom of the closure. That way I can make sure I'm not grabbing the elastic band part of the closure, of the cap. So that it, matches your skin tone. See? When you're done making the wig, you'll cut off just this part. You'll cut this off. You'll cut this part off. So a user-friendly tip is to use some lines to help you to know where you're going to be placing the tracks. So I like to use a white pencil, just kind of line it out. So say the first track is going to go here. The next one go here. You get the gist? You can just kind of draw them. You can go all the way up, or you can do, one at a time. And just draw them as you go. They don't have to be perfect lines. And this will wash off when you wash the wig. This is going to be a very full wig. So, do the first couple of lines and then I'll go back in and do some more. We're starting off with 22 inches. And the track will be doubled. The weft will be doubled. And since we're on the band, we're gonna make sure we're only going through the mesh part of the wig cap, not the elastic band. And I like to go through the tracks the first couple of stitches. And then after a stitch or two, you want to go through the hair to avoid shedding. So now I'm going through the hair. I'm going to keep going until I get to the end of my line, which is right here. Another tip that you could do is you could take a pin and pin your track, the end of your track where you want to stop sewing. You can pin it to the wig cap so it can hold the cap for you. And then just sew it until you get to the end. Do the track, and then I'm going to flip the track over, the weft over, to the next side, and then you can pin it at the end of this side. And just keep going. So I finished the first bundle right there. I just have to lock it in. But I'm going to go ahead and add some more lines to the wig cap. I'm gonna finish sewing this down and probably bring it up to here and start on this next line and then add the second bundle and go all the way up. So here I'm adding starting the second bundle, picking up where I left off the last track, going through the web here. Excuse my kids. I have a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 4-month-old. The 2 oldest are boys. So here now I'm going through the hair instead of the tracks because you want to avoid shedding. And I'm following the lines that I've drawn. So I'm going to finish up to the last line and I will check back in. I've added the final lines to follow with the final bundle. So here's the end of this one. I'm going to sew it and then flip it over. And the last bundle, I don't think I'm going to sew it down as doubles. We'll see how I feel. For the last bundle, I always like to measure to see if I have enough hair to finish the wig before I actually start sewing on. So what I'm going to do is go along the lines to measure how much track I have left. And that will determine if I'm going to leave it doubled or do single. And add the rest of the hair. On the wig, I'm gonna put another track going in this direction, following my finger, following this line all the way to the other side of the closure. I'm sorry if there's a glare. And then it's gonna leave this area, so I'm gonna be putting a track across here, so probably like 2 tracks, and that'll be it. And I'll show you the final. The wig is complete. So now I'm gonna go in and cut off this part right here. And just be careful not to cut the thread from the tracks. Let's see if I can angle it so you can see. There you go. For hairline customization, you'll want tweezers, regular tweezers, a comb, and a spray bottle. So first, I'm gonna spray the hairline. For some reason, it just makes it easier to grip. So we're gonna customize the closure. So you don't want to over pluck, so you kind of want to kind of brick lay where you skip a space instead of just plucking all the way across. So I just kind of go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And if you're new to this, start off by doing a little bit and checking your work until you get comfortable with it. do a parting really close to the hairline. Spray it. And you don't want to pluck in the same areas. You know, you want to move around. So you kind of want to be like, pluck here, 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 here. And then when I do my next parting, I'll go in between so that it's not just straight across. So I'm gonna start here, 1, 2. And just by looking at the hair that's left here, I can tell that it's still a little bit too full for what I want. So I'm just gonna go in and thin it out some more. 2, 3, 2, 3. And just check it, like combing the hair up. I'm gonna do another parting. And I'm gonna do another parting. Gonna get a little bit closer so you can see I plucked the hairline. I didn't go too into it because I'll let my client do it closer to her hairline. Here I'm going to use this airbrush leg spray to give the underside of the closure a more realistic coloring instead of bleaching the knots. Doing it this way is a fail-safe to not over bleach your knots. And just spray the closure from a nice distance. Usually I focus on where the parting will be, but you can spray the whole area. And then you wipe off the hair and you can let it air dry. Or you can use a blow dryer to dry it quickly if you're in a hurry. Now you can see from the spray. So once it's done drying, you take a look. When you style the hair and make your parting, you can go in and pluck the parting the same way you pluck the hairline to give the parting a more natural, realistic look.